So everybody hold up your two pieces of paper. Look. Now, do you know which hand is your left hand?
Yes. Oh, I'm confused.
All these pilots. I would believe that from you. Okay. On the left one, I want you to write the word time on the top. Lay them out on the table, Satish. You're going to be doing some writing. Come on. Get into the groove of being in part of the crowd. On the other piece of paper, in case you didn't know which one that was, it's the one in your right hand.
Right hand, okay.
I want you to write the word goals.
Oh.
Goals. Now, can anybody tell me what goals are? What's goals?
Something that you said, something that you want to achieve.
A target for achievement, yes.
Yeah.
Goals. How do you get there? If you have a goal, how do you get there?
Well, it depends on the goal. But
No,
you have to-
it doesn't depend on the goal. If you have a goal, your start. Goal. And believe me, goal is not the finish.
it's just the start.
You want to slowly work towards it.
How do you know you're making progress?
Well, I mean, in our aviation case, you pass the check ride, you're probably most likely making progress.
Okay, so that means that there's indices. Do you know what the word indices mean? Indice?
Negative.
Okay, I'm sure that in your manuals and your training, you've had the word used in reference to ticks on the outside of some instrument.
Right.
Your indices on your tachometer. There's an indices. What is it?
It's a pointer.
Well, the pointer points, but
Yeah.
there's graduations. I'll get them in a few minutes. Okay. There's something that happens along that line where the tachometer goes. It changes colors, or there's markers. In some cases, it sets off warnings. Those are indices.
Numbers.
They let you know when you've reached a point. Okay? So you're looking at private pilot. What are the indices? What graduations have to be accomplished or reached each step of the way? All of you can put your hand up or chime in or yell out or speak. Oh. Go ahead.
First solo.
No, first is a written.
Written.
Right.
Written.
First flight.
DSA.
Yeah, we're getting good, but mostly.
Okay, written.
Solo.
First.
Solo.
First
Yep. Stage 1 with Jonathan.
Solo.
Cross country.
Well, wait, come on, what's next?
Stage 1.
Stage
one.
Right.
JC.
What's next?
Cross country.
Cross country.
Cross country.
Solo cross country.
Stage 2.
Night flight.
Right? Stage 2. Oh, right. Night flight.
Night.
Night flight.
Well, that's
Before.
in between stage
Yeah,
1
it's-
and the cross countries.
Yeah.
It's the same with cross
There's
country,
one
so
night flight.
like,
Yeah.
Somebody give him a
Yeah,
bus.
So this is your
Oh,
night
yeah.
flight?
Moline.
Night flight. Yeah.
Formally
If you're
reflect.
going to Moline.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the next here?
Solo cross country.
Solo cross country.
What's next?
Stage 2.
Stage 2.
And of course.
End of course. No, there's stage 3 and then end of course.
Hey. No.
There is stage
not
3.
No, there is no stage.
Yeah.
No stage 3.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's
No,
not.
I'm sure.
Shut up.
I'm
Okay,
pretty sure.
there's another indice. We don't know what it is. We don't know the size of it. But there's something, and then you get the big banana.
No, there's one more
Don't
thing.
call it banana, please. We all know why.
The monkey didn't have it.
Come on, monkeys. What?
Oh,
One more thing.
What?
Sign off from the instructor.
Well, that's
Well, that's
part of the
not-
course.
That's a big goal.
So now you see that just to get your private, you have a goal, and you know what has to be accomplished along the way to get to your goal. Correct?
Yes.
How are you going to do it? I know, come to school, watch movies, play games, ping pong, pool, because that's on the timeline here someplace, isn't it? Ping pong, ping pong.
That's in between written and the first solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Come to school for 30 hours a week and study for 10,
Right.
if you study.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what you're telling me is that that guy that comes to school for 30 hours a week and studies for 10 hours, his timeline is going to look a lot like this. He starts out okay, but then he gets totally screwed up with bad people that don't get it. Then he quits and starts playing around and he falls down. He has to start over and work real hard just to get back to this point. Okay, he hasn't met his goals yet because he got sidetracked. And then he works really hard, and man, he's doing really good progress, but then all of a sudden something happens, a big freaking boulder rolls back down his thing and
Here we go.
pushes him back down into the chasm. Okay? So now he's got to work really, really hard because he's down at this level again. So he's working hard but not making any progress because he's not working with the other people around here, sitting in a room by themselves or playing pool or ping pong. So they're down here and nothing's happening, but then he wants to be up here. But in the meantime, this turns into a lake. So now he's got to sail across it in a little boat to get to this cliff because he's got to get caught back up to his timeline. So now he's got to climb the cliff all the way up, but the freaking rope breaks. So now
That's the weather or what?
this is just the way life is.
Yes.
Now, wouldn't it be easier if you set a goal, and kept on your timeline to make it to this? And believe me, this is not success.
That's just another start.
No, success is the journey. It never stops. When you get to this goal moves down here. This is a new start line. What's your next goal after you get your private?
Instrument.
Instrument. So, what's on that timeline?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, getting there. That's a good timeline. But what's on the timeline?
Like written.
Almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Is it as difficult as the first one?
This is a little harder.
A little harder.
Much
Oh,
harder.
so what's going to be required to make it on this goal?
Reading, studying, harder than you did on
Reading,
Friday.
studying.
Don't play pool.
So show me on this timeline where not showing up on time, ping pong, pool, secluding yourself in a room and not interacting with the people who can help you and teach you. Show me on this timeline how that happens.
Well,
Where are you in your training?
who?
Terrence.
Beginning, like
What do you have?
I have my private. I'm working on instrument.
He's working on instruments. So you're on this timeline.
He's done already.
So,
I passed my written.
so you've met a few indices on your timeline. You've met some places where you've accomplished what you needed to do at the appropriate time. Do you have something to say, Mr. Patel? Would you
Which
like
one?
to add something to this discussion?
Nothing.
Everybody's welcome to add things to this discussion.
Just pointing out the oil I got, working hard. Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Mr. Patel. You get a pink star by your name.
Yes! Means outstanding performance, boys.
Yes. Okay, so now, the other problem that is in general problem in the school is prioritizing what you need to be doing. Okay, so on the piece of paper that's labeled time, I want you to start writing down your time. When you wake up, what do you do after you wake up? I'm turning this off because I don't want it going off. I hate when somebody's phone goes off in a meeting. I hate when my phone goes off and it's on the video.
I hate it when it's on your face and you look ugly in the morning.
Thank you. So you're going to start documenting your time. You wake up in the morning, I don't know what your habits are. You have to write it down. Whatever you do to prepare yourself for the day. I get up, I like to do a devotional period before I go out into the day. I like to freshen up, get dressed. Make sure that my breath and my armpits don't smell so bad for you guys. That's what I like to do. Write it down. How many minutes you spent. Now, it's going to be hard. This is not easy to do. You woke up. You had your morning toilet time. I don't care what you call everything, but write it down. How many minutes? Let's account for all the minutes of a day. And time is the most valuable item there is in the universe, because once it's gone, it's gone. You don't get it back. If I could get it back, I'd be 22 years old and bulletproof again. But you don't get it back. So let's not waste our time. I want everybody, starting today, to write this down. And I want you to bring it to me and show me. Now I want to see where you're wasting your time. Because if you manage your life rather than ping pong through it, at the other end of it, you'll accomplish more. You have a timeline. You have a timeline to fulfill. Some of you are at the beginning. You haven't met the private pilot yet. Some of you are there. You're working on the next timeline. And this is your journey. And there's ups and downs, as we saw. Things happen. Things set you back. My personal goal is to be a better person today than I was yesterday. It's my goal. I work on it. Sometimes we fail. Right, Jay?
Yes, Bob.
But tomorrow's a new day. And I won't stop. Now, what are you guys going to do?
Not stop.
I'm hoping to motivate you guys. You should be familiar with that word. To start applying yourselves. You guys have an opportunity that's unprecedented in this school. Prashant doesn't charge you by the hour. If you go to another school, they'll tell you you can get your private for X amount of dollars. But that's dependent on you working toward the private. Because your bill, your billing starts as soon as you clock in. You pay for the hours to be in the school. You're given a flat fee here. All you have to do is work and it will be done. Now, if you're here for a year and you haven't accomplished anything, your instructor doesn't get paid to sit and babysit you and spoon feed you. Who do you think the instructor is going to give his attention to?
Someone's trying.
Well, thank you, Mr. Patel. That was a very good observation. Everybody else is welcome to chime in here. I'd like to hear input. The instructor's going to give his time to the person that's actually showing him or her that they're trying to advance. Because you're wasting their time if you're not. And I wouldn't waste my time with you if you were wasting mine. And I'm not your instructor. So I know they're not real happy. So show your instructor that you're actually trying to reach a goal. Set your timeline. You guys have control of it. You control every aspect of this. Set the timeline. Put a date. You're gonna have your first step done by this date. You can set a date and you're gonna work as hard as you can to get there. Does anybody doubt this? Well, I'm not hearing anything, so I'm thinking I'm either going way over your head or you're zoned out and you're circling Mars.
Like yesterday, our conversation.
Yeah.
What conversation?
What
It was
conversation?
about something. I can't recall. Do you remember?
So
You can't or you
Yes,
don't want to?
You don't want
This is
to.
part of our conversation.
Right.
So I want you guys to start managing time. Don't waste your time here. Movies, stupid. What a waste. What a waste. Don't do it. You know, an hour, if you need an hour of diversion, go play pool. So that's 5 hours a week. What do we do with the other 25? There's nothing wrong. That's why that stuff is here, to help you have your diversions, to give your brain a little bit of a break. But most of the time you need to be studying because you have a goal. Right?
Yes.
You're going to be leaving us real soon.
That's what I plan on doing, yes.
Yeah. So right there is one of the guys who can help you. If you need to study, get with Shalin so that he can help you. Fennell should be helping you too. But Fennell seems to be blocked, and we're going to have to unblock him. He needs to get back into it. And then everybody that's above or beyond the point where Rashida is needs to be working with her. What do you think, Satish? I'm not hearing anything over here.
I'm just listening.
Are you getting anything from it? I want to see you out of that room. I want to see you interacting with the other students. There's a lot of knowledge outside that room that you can be tapping into. What do you think, guys?
That's right.
Can we do that?
Right.
Yep.
So what, let me go back 2 or 3 pages in my notebook here. So, oh, look, guess who's the #1 person on my page? So what do you think? What have you done to help motivate some people around here?
I haven't motivated anyone. I've motivated myself.
You haven't even motivated yourself?
I have.
You have. Are you going to work on your timeline?
Yeah. I made plans already.
Well, I want you to put it on paper. I want to see it
What, every day?
every day.
My
I wanna see it.
goodness.
I want to see it every day. I want to see you guys succeed. And you can't succeed by not prioritizing your time. As I said, this is a success line. And this is a roadmap. It's a journey. And when you reach that point, it starts over again. A new journey. A new road trip. I love road trips. And every one of you have got to start managing time because you're wasting it. Many of you should be done and gone, and in the big career, flying big airplanes with lots of people in the back, with a shiny uniform with epaulets. Oh yeah. Meeting the girls. I got epaulets.
What about us girls?
You can have epaulets too. You collect epaulets.
You are so sexist, Rob. You are so sexist.
What the hell's an epaulet sexist?
You are.
You
I'm
can
just saying.
collect them.
You admit it. You are.
Maybe a little.
Sometimes very
Depends on the day. So, Fennell,
Yes, sir.
how far along are we now?
Honestly, still there.
Well, when are we gonna start making some progress? Not soon. Soon is not an answer for me. I want some progress. When are we gonna make progress?
I'm sure we'll make progress.
Yeah, I'm sure too. One way or another, you're gonna keep blowing it off until you just go away. And I don't want that to happen. You need to leave here with certificates and start a life. When's it gonna happen?
Soon.
That will be one.
Like tomorrow? You know,
Today?
Monday is the beginning of a brand new week.
It's a holiday actually. So.
What holiday is it?
President's Day.
So what president in India are you celebrating? I don't care if it's a holiday. There's no reason that you shouldn't start. You've got enough technology in your backpack to study wherever you are.
Yes, that is true.
Don't waste any more time. Omid,
Yes, sir.
what have you done to enable people?
The same thing every week, helping Jay and everyone who's
Jay seems to need a lot of help.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he's actually asking now. That's the thing. I'm glad.
That's awesome. That's
Jay,
awesome.
Abraham, yeah, even he's close to his check ride.
Right.
I'm helping him a lot whenever he's at school. Every now and then meets as well. So yeah.
Good. That's excellent. That's excellent. Help these guys. You guys need to be working together for the common good. Jay.
Shining star.
What have you done to be a shining star?
Park on the wrong spot.
As I told Jay, that whole thing is done. It's done. We will never speak of it again. It's over. Because that's what you do. When you settle a problem, it's done, it's put away, and you never speak of it again. It's over.
Can I say something about it?
About what?
About you and Jay?
I'm not gonna say anything about you and Jay. It's done.
That's what I like about it. That's what I wanted to say. You said the things. You're supposed to say the things.
You settle it, it's over, you move on.
You move on. You just one day.
Yeah? So I faltered a day. But today, work on my goal.
Till now. Nothing.
Nothing?
Like,
Did you give somebody the opportunity to help you?
oh yeah.
Well, that's part of it.
Charlene, Baumik,
There you go.
and Zach too. There's also yeah, this is Sean, what is
So you gave, somebody had, believe it or not, a blessing from you because they were able to share their knowledge with you. That's very important. Okay? So keep it up. Find a way to help some of the other people. The more you learn, the more you are in a position to help other people. Duh, boy.
Easy.
So what's going on, Parth?
Nothing much, bro.
Have you done anything to show people you're teachable?
Yeah, like the other last week, like me and Charlie taught something to Abraham.
Good.
Yesterday.
So you worked with Abraham. So you helped Abraham become teachable. And you were helping to teach. Very good. Louis, you have activity. You know what? We never defined that for you. Because people sometimes get really confused with activity. Motion does not indicate progress. Because people can spin in circles and don't go anywhere. I see that a lot. Okay? So activity meaning activity toward the common good. How can you help people?
Well, this day I haven't helped anyone. Well, maybe Barbie, when he has like the check right, but it's kind of like helping to get it done with the.
Okay, good. That's good.
I haven't been really active here because I have like a lot of things in my mind, but I try to get involved here. Try to manage my time, how you say it, because right now I don't know how I spend my time because I spend a lot of time and I don't do it much.
Well then, it's a good time to start.
Yeah,
Tomorrow is a new day.
tomorrow is going to be a great day.
Tomorrow's gonna be a great day.
Yeah.
You guys know that happiness is a choice?
Yes.
Yes.
Contentment is a choice?
Yes.
If you wake up in the morning and you decide you're not gonna have a good day, you won't. And if you tell yourself you're going to have a good day, regardless of how it turns out, you will have a good day. It's a choice. If you choose to be constantly negative, you're gonna have a rough life. You have to be positive. Look for the good. Talk positive. Shalyn,
Yo.
I've already heard
What?
how you've been a benefactor,
How? How is that?
helping people around here
I try to do my best.
learn and grow.
I myself have a lot to learn. It's not like I know everything, but I
You
try
know
to
the
find
three
out.
most
right.
dangerous words in the human language?
I know that.
Why are they the three most dangerous words?
Well, we have a prime example of. The example is where, if you say that, your brain's gonna go smaller than a frog's ass.
Close up tighter than a frog's ass.
Exactly.
Water don't go in, farts don't get away.
Why do you need water in anyone's ass? Why does water have to go inside?
I'll
Can you
go wash
just-
Come on.
You missed the whole point on that one.
I got the whole point wrong. I just don't know why you want water in frog's ass.
You don't want it. That's the point. It closes up tight. Is a frog's ass watertight, yes or no?
I haven't seen it myself. If you say
No
so,
personal
Rob, you seem like you're
I've
pretty
studied
wise.
it, but obviously,
You seem like you're pretty
swims,
wise.
so.
Oh,
it
he's
must
seen
be.
it firsthand, I can tell you.
Rashida, what kind of challenges did you have?
I think spending all my attention in my studies, that itself is a challenge. But I know I'm not facing it all the time because I do concentrate on my studies. I spend all the time, whatever I can, to study so that I can reach the goal as soon as I can.
Very good.
And I will.
Has anybody helped you? Who's worked with you?
I asked Shalin for some doubts if I have.
Okay. But you need to lean on some of these people that are farther along than you. They can help you.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Okay.
Rohan, dedication. Come on, tell me about it, buddy.
So, we're studying for this week, but I'll be done with my private after by next time.
By next night time, you're gonna be done.
I'll finish it.
Finish what?
The whole private.
Oh, killing it.
That's all right, I wanna see you do it. Demonstrate it. I wanna see it happen. Because each of you needs to be an example for the other students. That's what it works out. By the way, this is game we play here. I give each student a word, and they have to pattern their lives based on the definition of the word, and help the other students realize their lives as a definition of that word. It's just a little motivational series we do. We like this game, don't we, children?
He enjoyed it too, actually.
Okay, I'm going to give you a word. Zeal, Z-E-A-L. You know what that means?
I'm zealous today, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
That's the word of the day today.
Yeah.
That's the word of the day.
It is the word of the day
It is,
today.
Yeah.
I'm so zealous.
Great energy or enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause or an objective. The zeal. If you're zealous, you're really pursuing that cause. Your cause is your timeline. And I can tell who is zealous and who isn't. The people who are advancing, moving forward, getting closer to their goal. What's your goal, Satish? You don't have a goal?
Complete the private as soon as I can.
You know, in that book I like to read, it says if the people have not a vision, they perish. If you don't have a goal, you have no vision. You're aimlessly bouncing through life. When do you plan to complete private?
As
Let's put a timeline on it.
as soon as they provide me flight schedule.
Have you shown your
I'm a tail to my
instructor?
instructor. Right now, because of my ex-instructor, I'm a tail to with my new instructor.
Have you shown them that you're really purposed on doing this? You have.
Yeah.
Have you gone to them and shown where you're studying?
I'm
When did you do that? You don't leave the room.
Yeah, I leave my room. I know when I have to go to my instructor and ask him. He has to.
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
I'll ask him. Because if you don't put effort in it, they're not going to waste time on you. I wouldn't waste time. You have to put effort into it. You have to demonstrate to your instructor that you're serious. And that's what I want you guys to ultimately get through here is be serious. Make yourself a timeline, set a goal, manage your time, figure out where you're wasting time and fix it. And move forward. Gee, it gets quiet in here.
You said get serious.
I'm uncomfortably quiet. Listen to that. I can hear the air conditioner.
We're serious right now, Bob.
Oh, we're serious. All right. So, what are we going to do starting today?
Consider.
Your what?
Do what we have to do to get where we want to get.
And where do you want to get? Put it on your paper. Where do you want to get? I want to see it written out. I want you to make a timeline. I want you to find out where you're wasting time and stop. Wild. You have to have a target. You have to have concentration. And it's the same as a timeline for this. Very much the same. There's indices. How are you going to make your shot? How are you going to follow up your shot? And I want you guys to be precise. precision when your time. Put dates on here. Meet the goals. If you don't meet the goal, okay. But I don't know how many times you can miss your goal and not feel,
Com-
say that out loud.
Not feeling comfortable.
Yeah. I want you to set goals and meet your goals. Rather than ping-ponging through here, meet your goals. And when I say ping-pong, I'm making reference to the way the ball bounces around the room when you whack it. No direction, it's just... You guys have to, you guys control it. I want to see you do it. You guys can do it. Now, let's take a field trip. Somebody bring safety glasses. We're going to the hangar. Field trip, you bring the AV.